Hello and welcome to Tomahawk Talk, episode 7. I'm Luke Hardin.
And my name is David Waters. Welcome in. We're
Thank
glad
you
you're
for
listening.
joining us today.
Hopefully everyone had a great weekend and a great Valentine's Day. It's been a couple days since we've done this.
Yeah. We had a nice stream last night.
Shout out
lot
to
of
everyone
fun.
who was able to join.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I
Yes.
enjoyed it. So
Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's very important. Had to get that one out of the way.
yeah. So we're doing top 10 lists again today. Catchers edition.
Yes, I think we're going to
I'm
skip
excited.
I think we're going to skip the relief pitcher one because it's going to be hard to come up with 10 relief pitchers that are actually good.
There's only Liam Hendricks and Josh
great.
Hader. That's the 1 and 2, and then the rest is just, it is what it is.
Anything like 10 to 3 is going to be so hard to come up with. I feel like it's even harder now because there was a 60-game season and everyone's going to weigh 60 game season in so many different ways. And, relief pitchers not pitching every day and pitching maybe one inning every couple days.
Yeah, for sure.
It's very hard to weigh,
Yeah.
So I think it's better that we probably hold that off until after the 2021 season. I feel like we might do that later on. But
yeah, I think that's fair.
For now, we're going to move around the diamond. We're going to start off with our catchers, and that's going to be today. So,
yeah.
But first,
let's do it.
Do we have some? No, do we want to talk about some of the Braves news from the last couple days? Starting with Mark Melancon.
Oh yeah, did we not talk about that last episode?
We talked about that on the stream.
Oh yeah, maybe we did. But Mark Melancon to the Padres. Really disappointing.
That sucks.
It was really disappointing to see. I love Mark. I wish we could have brought him back, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, and hopefully we can maybe sign Trevor Rosenthal or bring back Shane Green. I guess we'll see when spring training rolls around. So
I saw this thing on Instagram today about Tony Watson versus Trevor Rosenthal. Vote on which player is better by looking at their stats, and it was kind of like a blind poll. Tony Watson has been a lot better than Trevor Rosenthal the last 3 years. So Tony Watson's out there as well. I think we should go get Tony Watson.
Isn't he still with the Giants?
Oh, is he not a free agent?
I don't think he's a free agent.
Oh, please be a free agent. That'd be great. Can we get Tony Watson?
I mean, I would do. Tony Watson in his prime was
he's a free agent.
The Pirates. Oh,
he's
he
a free
is.
Agent. He is.
Oh well, let's go get Tony Watson.
Alex Anthopoulos, go get Tony Watson. We want Tony Watson.
That would be a very underrated pickup.
Probably the most underrated free agent out there, honestly. I mean, I sent Luke the thing earlier, and he just said bet. So I don't know if he wants Tony Watson all that much.
I mean, I looked at the what you sent me, but I was like,
You didn't really look at
I've always known Tony Watson's been underrated. Tony Watson was good that's actually the guy I originally wanted when we traded for Mark Melancon. I was like, when we started looking at trades, I really wanted Tony Watson because he was having a great year that year. That entire Giants bullpen, I think it was 2018. They were having, Tony Watson, Mark Melancon, and I don't know who else was in that bullpen, but
yeah, they used to have a guy, Jeremy Affeldt, I think. He was really good too.
I do remember that.
Brian Wilson was there for a while. Sergio Romo was there for a while. They had a lot of great names in that bullpen. That's probably the worst part of their team.
The other Braves news we had was Jason Kipnis signing.
Oh yes, you remember the last episode when we were discussing a left-handed bat?
Yeah.
We told you we needed one and we were going to get one. And what did we do? Luke, tell him, what did we do?
I just said it. We went out and signed Jason Kipnis.
Oh, I missed that.
On a minor league deal.
So it's very inexpensive. It's a very low risk deal. I feel like if we can put someone at third base like Dansby or Ozzy or Kipnis. I feel like more than likely it's going to be Kipnis if he can ever play third. I don't know if he's ever played third in the past, but if he can, and maybe platoon with Riley a little bit, I think that would be really good.
Yeah.
Or Camargo. I don't really know. I think spring training is going to decide a lot. I don't. We'll see. We also another Braves news. Actually, no. Let's just talk about Jason Kipnis because you said he was washed, and I'm not convinced he's washed yet.
I mean, I don't think he's washed, but he's definitely not what he used to be.
What do you mean?
He's not 2016 All-Star Jason Kipnis anymore.
I mean, he's still good. Like
he's still, yeah. I still think he has the potential to be good.
He's 33 years old.
Too great with the Cubs last year. I don't.
It was a 60-game season. Come on now.
I mean,
he had a 715 OPS the year before. Actually, no, he with 17 bombs, but he actually had a higher OPS with the Cubs, 744.
It's a good signing. I mean, not a lot of people are gonna be like, "Holy cow, what an outstanding signing!" But I think looking at it from the perspective, we need a left-handed bat. I think it's a great signing. So
a very under the radar
hopefully bolsters our bench a little bit. So
yeah, yes, our bench is slowly getting better. Our bench overall kind of sucks, but like, hey, we'll take Kipnis for sure.
Yeah,
isn't his nickname Dirtbag? I think.
I don't know. Maybe. I couldn't tell you that.
Oh, let me pull up his Wikipedia page. Let me tell you. I think his nickname is Dirtbag. Wait, where do you find nicknames? Nickname's Kip. Oh wait, no, I could have sworn he also his other nickname is Dirtbag.
I've never heard that.
Oh
before,
yes,
so.
yes, it is a baseball reference. It says Dirtbag or Kip. Let's go.
Dirtbag.
I don't because he hustles. He's like a Grady Sizemore type player, another former Indian. Like Grady Sizemore, always like hustling it out. Always diving, always sliding everywhere, playing the game hard. That's the way Kipnis plays, and I think that we need more guys like that. So
yeah.
We can't have all 9 guys watching a double off the wall or a ball off the wall and staying at first base after that.
You're really just gonna throw Ronald under the bus right there?
Hey, it hasn't happened. Yeah, it doesn't happen in 2 years. So
yeah, it didn't happen at all last year, which was good. So
yeah, I mean, but it happened at Game 1 of the NLDS. That can't happen in the playoffs. That really came back to bite us too, because he was caught stealing, I believe.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, we were both at that game. We didn't go together, but we were a couple sections over, and like every single time something happened, we just looked over at each other.
Yep,
it was a good time. And when Luke Jackson giving a bomb to Paul Goldschmidt,
that was comedy gold. That was comedy gold.
I wish
we both gave each other like the stare, like, oh no, this isn't gonna end well.
Like, you got to be kidding me. I think when we saw that Luke Jackson was coming into the game, to begin with, we just looked at each other like, oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
This isn't good. But yeah. And it just was all downhill from there.
Yeah.
And Dallas Keuchel started that game, and he pitched well. He also pitched well last year.
Good.
More Braves news. We actually have 3 bits of Braves news today. We are reunited with Travis Demeritte.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I know you did. That's why I brought it up. So, Travis Demeritte, he spent 3 years in the Braves farm system. He came over, and what trade was that? I think, didn't he come over with Luke Jackson? Let me just pull up what trade that was.
It was with the Rangers. So
it was with the Rangers. So on July 27th, 2016, the Rangers traded Demeritte to the Braves for Lucas Harrell and Dario Alvarez, 2 players that 2 pitchers. I mean, they briefly pitched for Atlanta, but most casual Braves fans might not recognize those names. They weren't bad for the Braves, but they weren't like special.
Nothing good. Nothing great.
Demeritte, power hitting second baseman. He's he spent the last 2 seasons in the majors with Detroit, and then Atlanta actually traded away Demerit and Joey Wentz to the Tigers in 2019 in exchange for good old Shane Green. So maybe we can get Shane Green. Yeah, that's another guy we need to bring back. You know, it's
Yeah.
and then it'll all come full circle. You know, dang it! I wish that had happened like earlier today, so we could be like, you know, this trade, like in retrospect, is kind of kind of cool because we got 2 of the 3 guys back. So,
Yep.
except Joey Wentz, maybe he'll come back to Atlanta one day. I don't know.
Who knows?
Left-handed pitching prospect. Wonder how he's doing, Joey Wentz.
He's doing good.
So,
You ready to hop into it? Top 10 catchers?
I mean, let me just see if I can pull anything else up about Demerit. So far at the major league level, he's been pretty bad.
Yeah, he hasn't been very good.
A 608 career OPS and just under 200 at bats. Does not walk very much. Strikes out quite a bit. Let's just put out a 162 game average for you. 42 walks and 189 strikeouts. That's not good. 34 RBIs, 7 sold. I mean, he does have some speed. He hit 7 stolen bases, only 7 bombs, but I think the power will come. He hit a lot of homers in the minors. Hitting 28 in 2016, both with Texas and Atlanta in the minors. Back when we had the Carolina Mudcats as a minor league affiliate. That's another feature episode too. Our minor league affiliates. We got a new one with the Augusta Green Jackets. Shout out to the Masters. So we'll go over that.
Yeah.
And if my brother's listening, he'll like that I threw in a little golf in here. I come from a big golf family. So little insight for y'all, my personal life. Anyways, top 10 catchers. I'm excited. Let's do this.
I am. I'm excited. You want to go first?
Yes, I'll go first because you're going to start with number. You're going to
start with number 1.
You're going to start with number 1 if I started with you. We ain't doing that.
I think. Let's be honest, though. I think everybody knows who the number 1 catcher in baseball is.
Yeah, if you were,
I won't say it just yet.
Well, if you were on the stream yesterday, you might recall it, but it was like 5 hours. So
yeah.
But we only talked about baseball for like the first 2.5 hours or whatever. So my number 10. This is actually going to surprise a lot of people. I have Austin Hedges at number 10.
Austin Hedges. He's with the Indians now, right?
He is with the Indians. He was with the Padres for like 5 or 6 years. Probably the best defensive catcher out there right now. Offensively, he's pretty bad, but defensively, all the defensive metrics I've looked into him, he's fantastic.
I think that's fair. I think he is one of the better defensive catchers. Him and
Tyler Flowers.
Yeah, you could put Tyler in the top 30.
Top 30, huh?
Top 30, maybe top 50. He's definitely in the top 100 catchers for sure.
So, Austin Hedges, in the last 3 years, 2018 to 2020, he's probably the best framer in baseball. He's just the best defensive player, period. I don't really know how to really say all these defensive metrics, but I've looked at them. But like, he's just a stud behind the plate. I mean, you can't find anyone better behind the plate. If you're looking from a pure defensive standpoint. And it's kind of weird that I have a backup catcher at number 10 because he's hitting behind Roberto Perez, but still, I mean, like, the defensive metrics, they're all there. He's the best framer in baseball. He's the best defensive catcher in baseball. If he can get a little bit of if he can get that bat going, he's only had a 361 slugging over the last 3 years, which is pretty bad. But if he can get the bat going a little bit, I think he's gonna probably he could be closer to maybe the number 7 range. I'd say, and if he can start on a more consistent basis and get that bat going. I think. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
he's ever going to get that bat around, but Austin Hedges is my number 10. Luke, what
My
about
number
you?
10 is Austin Nola.
Austin Nola. He's one of my honorable mentions. Go ahead.
Austin Nola of the now San Diego Padres was with the Seattle Mariners, brother of Aaron Nola of the Philadelphia Phillies. Big
Oh no, I
rival
thought
of ours.
I thought he was with the Mariners.
That's what I said.
You said Phillies.
I said Austin or Aaron was with the Phillies.
Go ahead.
Anyways, this is a guy. This is actually only his second year in the league, even though he's 20. I think he's 28 or 29.
He's old.
He's an older guy, but a guy in 2019 had a 269 batting average with 10 home runs. Obviously, you
nice. Wait, gotta throw on the nice there.
know, nice.
269.
But he's a very good defensive catcher, not the greatest. I would definitely say top 10 in defensive catchers that start.
How old did you say he was?
He's 29, I think.
He's 31.
Is he actually 31?
He's 31.
Wow, I think he's a lot older than I thought.
He's older.
So he was a rookie at 29. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's just 4 years older than Aaron. Oh goodness, I didn't realize
But
that.
last year, in the limited number of games he did play, he had 306. Before he got traded. Very good pickup for the Padres at that point in time, especially since they needed a catcher. So Austin Nola at 10.
I'm not quite there with Austin Nola yet. I haven't seen enough of him. Because he's only been around. I mean, he's only had 451 at bats for his entire, or 451 plate appearances in his entire career. But I feel like, you know, if he can put up a lot of production in 2021, he's easily gonna make my top 10. So, number 9. My number 9. Sean Murphy.
Sean Murphy.
This is interesting because I know these first couple are going to be like kind of out there, but like I feel like Sean Murphy is kind of under the radar guy. I mean, this guy's slugging percentage is .491 the last 2 years for a catcher. .491 slugging.
That's big time right there.
I mean, when do you ever hear about Sean Murphy? Come on.
Not very often.
He doesn't get enough credit. He's pretty much everyone with A's don't get enough credit. This is a guy. I mean, I said I haven't seen enough of Austin Nola yet, but we haven't seen more of Sean Murphy yet. But you know, this guy has a lot of pop in the bat. You know, the slugging's there. His career OPS so far is 846, and OPS plus of 133, with the average hitter in baseball is 100. He's 33 points above that as a catcher, as a 25-year-old catcher, 2 years into his career. He's not the best defensive catcher. I mean, he's about average, but with that offensive production, I mean, I feel like Austin Nola's, he's not a bad defender, but Sean Murphy, I think. Well, let me actually figure this out. Maybe I could have gone with Nola here. They're both about the same defensively, but I think Sean Murphy has more upside than Austin Nola, in my opinion, and he's younger. So Sean Murphy is my number 9. Luke, who's your number 9?
My number 9 is Christian Vasquez.
Ooh.
This is a guy the last 2 years has had a OPS of 800, has a career batting average of 259. Obviously, it is what it is. Not a lot of catchers nowadays you see hitting in the 300s with um higher OPS of 850 to 900. It's very rare nowadays.
So how is he not in your top 8?
Well, you see, I have a guy, I think two guys that are super underrated at my 6 and 7 position. I do like Christian Vasquez. I think he's a good defensive catcher. Um, very underrated in Boston. But he is my 9, so I think there are two guys above him that are better.
We're gonna be clashing later on. I got Vasquez on my list, but we're not gonna be hearing about him for a little while. So
Oh, so he's high on your list.
he's a little higher than number freaking 9. Come on, he's better than that.
Fair enough.
But I mean, you better convince me, or like your list sucks so far. Anyways, number 8, Roberto Perez of the Indians. This is my second Indians catcher already on this list, but Roberto Perez is an absolute stud. He's a starting catcher for the Indians for good reason. 2-time Gold Glover. This guy's kind of the last 2 years he's won Gold Gloves. The offensive production didn't really break out until 2019 when he just erupted for 24 homers and a 774 OPS. But when you put up 24 bombs and win a Gold Glove the same year, that's pretty darn big. I mean, last year he only hit 1 homer, hit 165, but he still won a Gold Glove, so the glove is still there. I think obviously a short season. If you start slow, it's going to be very hard for you to bounce back. I think it was kind of a fluke of a season. It was the same for a lot of people. Like same thing with like Jose Altuve. I mean, obviously 2020 was like a disaster for Altuve, but everyone knows that he's a great player. Despite all the cheating stuff, everyone knows that Altuve is just an incredible hitter. But 2020 was just a fluke because it was just such a short season. I think the same can be said about Roberto Perez of the Indians. But I feel like if he doesn't rebound, he will definitely fall off this list. But I'm pretty high on Roberto Perez, so I think you can expect probably in the 15 to 20 home run range for Perez over a full season. So, who's your number 8?
The same. I have Roberto Perez at 8 as well. I think you said it perfectly. This is a guy that's won 2 Gold Gloves the last 2 years. In 2019, a phenomenal offensive year. Obviously, you said it. I think this year, for a lot of players, wasn't with the 60 games. Obviously, not the most ideal statistic year, but I think, the highs and lows. It's very hard to get back on track with a 60-game season. So I think once we get back up 162 games, I think Roberto Perez has a real chance to become a top 5 catcher within the next few years. Definitely very underrated, underappreciated in Cleveland. So yeah, we got the same number 8.
Well, at least we agree on something. Your list just got a lot better. Anyways, in my opinion, though, number 7, I have our very own Travis d'Arnaud at number 7.
All right.
This guy, he was in the 98th percentile last year in terms of exit velo. 75th percentile and barrel percentage, 90th percentile and expected slugging, and 100th percentile and hard hit percentage. So that's like the best of the best. That is the best you can possibly be. Framing wise, not the best defensive catcher in the world, but his offensive production last year was fantastic with the Braves, and that was a huge pickup for the Braves. Had a lot of clutch moments, played very well in the postseason. Had a 919 OPS, hitting behind Freeman and Ozuna in the Braves' very, very deep lineup. And his age 31 season too. So he'll be entering his age 32 season. I think once catchers kind of hit probably around the 32, 33, 34 range, they start slowing down. But this was his first Silver Slugger year. First year he's actually won a Silver Slugger. This guy was DFA'd from the Mets last year. If you remember that, he was hitting 087 with the Mets, and then he went to the Dodgers for literally one game. He had one at bat, and then they sent him to the Rays. So, and then with the Rays, he just took off from there. 782 OPS there, 16 bombs. I saw him hit one over just completely out of Fenway Park in my trip to Boston last year. That was sick. Shout out to my Boston trip. Thanks, Dad. Anyways, I think d'Arnaud's a fantastic player. I think 2020, it was obviously a shortened season. I don't know if Travis d'Arnaud can replicate what he did last year. I don't think he's a 100th percentile in hard hit percentage. I don't think he's that type of player. I mean, he's definitely a great offensive player. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like in a short season, you can see some weird things like that. So I think if he puts up a lot of production next year, he's probably going to be top 5, maybe top 3. But for now, I have him at number 7. So, or 7? Yeah, 7. Okay, who's your number 7?
My number 7 is Mitch Garver.
What? Okay. Go ahead.
I assume you have him higher from that reaction.
Sure.
But Mitch Garver's my number 7. This is a guy. Actually, looking at it, he has a 5.1 WAR career-wise. That is like crazy. That's like really good. Guy in 2019 that had 31 home runs, 273 average, a 995 OPS, 157 OPS plus, won a Silver Slugger. This year, while he only played a minimum number, he played 23 games because I believe he was hurt. Obviously not the offensive production they were looking for Mitch Garver, but I think he's definitely I think he's going to get better from here. I think in Minnesota, he's definitely one of their bigger bats. I don't think a lot of people know about. Obviously, you know about Nelson Cruz and Josh Donaldson, and Max Kepler, but you don't know a lot about Mitch Garver. So, Mitch Garver at 7.
So number 6, my number 6, Luke, is Mitch Garver. Shocker, huh?
So why did you get so crazy when I said Mitch Garver at 7?
So you'd ask me that when I got to number 6.
Oh.
Yeah, 5.1 career WAR. But the thing is, in 2020, he hit 167 with a 511 OPS, but yet his WAR was still 0.0. He wasn't even a negative WAR last year in 72 at bats. That just shows you he's also a good defender, too. I think. Let me pull up the sabermetrics just to back me up. Framing, he's not great. Kind of on the lower end of the framing, but in terms of he has a strong throwing arm too. But the offensive production he put up in 2019, phenomenal. 31 home runs. As a catcher, first of all, 31 is a lot. But he played in 93 games. 31 home runs in 93 games. As a catcher? Are you kidding me? 311 at bats that year. 995 OPS, as you said. 157 OPS plus, which is insane. Won a Silver Slugger. This guy's legit. in 4 career seasons, he hasn't had a single stolen base. So maybe if he can steal one, he might climb up this list a lot. But I think overall, Garver's he's kind of an under the radar type of guy. Doesn't I mean he also walks a fair amount too. He walked a fair amount, quite a bit in 2019. I mean, pitchers just don't want to face this guy. I mean, I can't really blame him, honestly. This guy's a star. He's entering his age 30 season. This guy's got a lot left in the tank, I think, and hopefully he can get back to his old self in a full 162 game season. So, Carver's my number 6. What about you, Luke?
My number 6 is Wilson Contreras. I'm not I hate Wilson Contreras with a passion. I very much dislike Wilson Contreras. I don't.
We
like
love his. We love his brother though.
I love Williams. I can't stand looking at Wilson Contreras. Even though he's at my number 6, he's a very good catcher. I just hate his antics during the game. I don't like when he bat flips walks in the postseason.
I love it. Proceed.
This is the guy, he has a career batting average 265, at 814 OPS, 2-time All-Star, sneaky power, I think. I had 24 home runs in 2019. He had 7 this year, which would put him on track to have about 20 to 25 home runs again this year. He's had double-digit home runs every year prior to this year, obviously, because he's only 60 games. He's defensively, he's good. He's not obviously. I think there's a lot better catchers defensively. I will tell you who my favorite defensive catcher is. At number 4, or you guys will find out. But I think Wilson Contreras, great player. Hate him as his antics, but gotta respect it. So
Contreras did not make my top 10.
He didn't make your top 10?
He is the worst framer in baseball.
I'll give you that. He's not a good defensive
There are stats to back that up. He's tremendously overrated. Like, what's the? I mean, I get it. This guy. I mean, he has the ability to play like an absurd amount of games for a catcher. I mean, his ability to stay on the field is great and whatnot. But that also helps his stats a lot. I mean, if you're playing more, you're also hitting more homers. You're also getting more hits. You're getting more opportunities to do a lot of stuff. I mean, that's a rare ability for a catcher. But you got to take into consideration a lot of the defensive metrics, and Contreras is absolutely terrible defensively.
I think that's fair. That's fair.
So that's why he's on my top 10. However, number 5, we talked about this on the podcast yesterday, that this is going to get heated. I have Gary Sanchez at number 5.
Just to let you guys know now, Gary Sanchez did not make my top 10, and until he proves he can catch a baseball behind the plate and then not hit 210 every year, maybe he'll be considered. Until then, no thanks.
So this guy was 453 OPS, or not OPS, slugging the last 3 years. I think Gary Sanchez, I don't think he's bad defensively. I think he's lazy. But I mean, this guy is still. I mean, in 2019, this guy was an absolute stud. I mean, he hit 232, 841 OPS. He was a 2-time All-Star. He got some MVP votes in 2017. He won Silver Slugger. Came in second in the 2016 Rookie of the Year voting. I mean, he had an OPS over 1,000 in 2016. In 2019, an 841 OPS. I mean, there's that video of him just jogging to a ball that got away from him, and I think 2 runs scored or whatever, or something like that. And it was a very bad rep, and it went like completely viral online. And I think like everyone's just like, Gary Sanchez sucks. Nah, he's not. I mean, he gets a lot of crap probably because he's just a Yankee, and it's so easy to bash Yankees because who the heck likes the Yankees? Come on. But I mean, this guy has monster power. He's not bad defensively. I mean, is he the best? Heck no, he's not even close to the best. But he's about average. Maybe a little below average, but not that far. But his offensive production really makes up for it. I know in 2020 it was a bad season. 147 batting average. He still had 10 bombs, but obviously it's 2020. I mean, like Javi Baez had like an OPS of like let me just like what was his Javi Baez's OPS last year? It was bad. Javi Baez had a 599 OPS last year. Gary Sanchez beat him by 9.019. So Gary Sanchez had a better year than Javi Baez. And are we going to say Javi Baez sucks? No. Are we going to keep Javi Baez out of our top 10 or shortstops? I guess he's a shortstop now. We're not going to do that. I think Gary Sanchez.
Yes, we are. No, I'm just kidding. We're not doing that.
Yeah, I think Gary Sanchez. He is a top 5 catcher. Changed my mind.
I will. Gary Sanchez is no bueno. I just changed your mind.
No, you didn't.
My number
back it
5.
Up. Back it up. You got to back it up. I told we said on the stream yesterday. We are gonna get heated. We got to get heated, but we got to keep it family friendly. But we're gonna keep it. We're gonna get heated.
Gary Sanchez
changed my mind.
Is not good. Lazy.
Prove it.
Can't hit for average. Bad.
Who cares if you're hitting for average when you're putting up a career OPS of 823?
Anybody can walk.
So? I mean, he walked 18 times last year at 156 at-bats. That's not bad.
Whatever.
I mean, he can walk. I mean,
I can stand up there and watch 4 pitches, too.
But you can't hit 34 bombs while being a catcher. I mean,
I can't do that.
Yeah, come on now. This guy also has 4 career stolen bases. I bet you didn't know that.
4 career stolen bases?
He's only been caught twice.
What in the majors or just all time, like high school, college?
No, in the majors. In the majors.
Or actually, did he get drafted or he got signed in the international pool? Or where is he from?
Dominican Republic. Yes.
Yeah.
Santo Domingo. Our friends.
Shout out.
Our friends from the Dominican Republic. I still have my cap right here. Well, I mean, y'all can't see it because this is a podcast and this is audio only. But I have my cap right next to me, and now it's on my head. Hey, shout out to Academia Havia. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but we're big fans of the Dominican players down there.
Speaking of New York catchers, or former New York catchers now.
Oh, I was about to
Travis d'Arnaud is my number 5.
I was about to say, if you're about to put James McCann
Wilson Contreras
in here.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Wilson Ramos, although he's on the Tigers now.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
I remember when Wilson Ramos was considered a top catcher. Those were good times.
He wasn't bad.
But my number 5 is Travis d'Arnaud. Obviously we love Travis. Travis in his first year here had a great year. Last year with Tampa Bay, he had a 3-homer game at Yankee Stadium. Had a tremendous offensive year last year. With Tampa, I think definitely a guy that could work defensively. Obviously, he's not the best at throwing out base stealers. I don't even remember how many guys he threw out last year. It was a very minimal amount of people, but this is the guy who tears the cover off the baseball. I think is going to be a great, what I think he'll be our 5-hole hitter, maybe most likely. I think he'll fit right there in the middle of that lineup for us. Travis d'Arnaud at 5.
Fantastic. Well, you ready to hear my number 4?
I am.
Bet you're not. Good old Christian Vasquez at number 4.
Christian Vasquez is very good.
Oh, thank goodness.
Wait,
at least
so then,
at least you said something right this episode.
do you? Okay, never mind. I'm not. Never mind.
No, proceed. Keep. What were you gonna say?
No. Well, it's one of my players in my top 4 list. So never mind. Just keep going.
Oh,
There's one catcher that you don't have, and I don't know which one it is, because I know you're higher on one of the catchers I have up here, but I don't know where the other one is. I guess you don't have them in your top 10.
oh. Well, I can give y'all reasons. So, because I mean, are you talking? Okay, never mind. We're going to get into it later. But I have Christian Vasquez at number 4.
Go.
This guy is a
All right.
5'9" stud. This guy is like the catching version of Dustin Pedroia. Are you kidding me? First of all, he plays for the Red Sox. This guy is a beast. I mean, this guy the last 2 years hit 276 in 2019, 2020, 283, 798 and an 801 slugging. Very, very similar numbers. This guy gets on base. He actually has stolen 19 bases. He's stolen 4. He stole 4 last year in 47 games. That's respectable for a catcher. So this guy has a little bit of speed too. We don't talk about speed for catchers because catchers aren't supposed to have speed. A career 3.8 WAR at 3.2 of that has just come in the last 2 years alone. This guy is, I believe, this guy is an excellent defender too. One of the top defensive catchers in the game of baseball. Not Austin Hedges great, but he's great. He's probably top 3, top 5 best defensive catchers. And this guy is an offensive. He's great on both sides of the ball. I mean, I really don't see how this guy cannot be in your top 5, Luke. Your list is kind of bad, my guy.
Is it? I think my list is really good.
I disagree. Who's your number
Alright,
4?
fair. My number 4, who I think is the best defensive catcher in baseball, at 4, it's Salvador Perez.
Oh my. Okay. Good. Go ahead.
You didn't have him on your list, didn't you?
No. I had him. He is terrible defensively. Have you not?
He
looked
has
at
5 Gold Gloves.
Have you looked at the sabermetrics? They clearly do not look at the stats for the Gold Gloves. He has been
Gold
atrocious.
Gloves.
He has been atrocious.
He also has a
defensively.
career. He also has a career, batting average of 269. Nice. He has 152 career home runs. He's had 20 plus home runs the last 4 years. I mean, I don't know how you don't have this guy in your top 5.
This guy's okay.
He has been one of the best defensive catchers. Forget what the sabermetrics say. Sometimes advanced stats don't always show the true facts. Salvador Perez is a top defensive catcher in this league.
Okay.
And he's very underrated hitting. Get him out of Kansas City. Get him to a real team.
Okay. In 2020, Salvador Perez was coming off of Tommy John surgery. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think y'all know that.
Yes.
He was very solid behind the plate in his 37 games in 2020. Okay. I don't think there's any denying that he was great in 2020. But 37 games, keep in mind. Okay. I mean, so in 2020, I mean, he hit 333, 633 OPS, which is insane for a catcher. A 375 batting average on balls in play. But from 2017 to 2018, probably the worst framer in the league. Literally, FRAA. I don't remember what that stands for, but it's negative 18.3 over those 4 years, which is atrocious. I mean, the fact that this guy has actually won Gold Gloves is just tragic to every other catcher in the American League because literally everyone
that
besides
this guy
Salvador
actually
Perez
had 17 gold MVP votes this year.
It was 2020. Okay, it's a fluke.
I know. I just didn't know that. That's just crazy to me that he actually received 17 votes.
Also,
He didn't have a good hitting year, but I mean, he had a 986 OPS.
And
He had a
okay, also in these
333 batting average.
from 2017 to 2020, Salvador Perez walked in 3.1% of his plate appearances. 3.1%. The average in baseball is like 5 times that. Or like 3 to 4 times that. This guy just swings the bat way too much. Okay, I'll give him credit. He hits the ball very hard. Okay, and he's great offensively, but defensively, how has this guy ever won 5 Gold Gloves? It doesn't make any sense. The sabermetrics are all there. But a 375 batting average on balls in play, that's pretty much impossible to duplicate over the course of a 162 game season. Just watch. Next year, Salvador Perez isn't even going to be the top 5 catchers. Not even close.
Nah, he's gonna be a top 3 catcher next year. Don't worry about
Absolutely not.
You're not ready for that conversation, though. Don't worry about it.
So this in his career, okay. This is going off of an Instagram post I saw a while ago. He has caught 2,046 and 2/3 innings. That's a lot of innings. Negative 19.9 framing runs. That's a framing statistic. Only 0.9 throwing runs, which I know this is like really like this is like every person who doesn't even look at sabermetrics is just like, what the heck are you talking about? I get it. I used to be one of y'all. This guy's just terrible defensively. Negative 0.9 EPAA, which kind of like measures how good you are at blocking, which is kind of hard to put that in numbers, but like there are statistics for that. He's not good defensively. How has he ever won 5 Gold Gloves? Literally, it's a disgrace to it's a disgrace for every other American League catcher who has actually performed well defensively, because literally it's everyone except for Salvador Perez that has performed well defensively.
He's also a 6-time All-Star, which I didn't know is
because he's overrated. He's literally the most overrated player in baseball. Stop hyping up Salvador Perez. He is not a top 10
overrated.
catcher.
There's a lot more.
Maybe not even top 15. Maybe not even top 20.
So you're telling me that guys like Tony Walters are better than Salvador Perez?
No. I think Salvador Perez is about number 17 or 18. Maybe.
All right.
Sean Murphy's better. Jacob Stallings is better. James McCann is better. Everyone else on my list is better than Salvador Perez.
James McCann isn't even considered a catcher at this point. He's a DH.
Wrong. Who else is going to be behind the plate for the Mets next year?
Well, I know because they don't have any catchers, but he should be a DH.
Wrong. He's a catcher.
He's a catcher.
Man, this is a bad episode for you, man. I'm making you sound so dumb. He's a catcher. Come on. Come on now.
The only thing James McCann catches is a cold.
I mean, no. The only thing Salvador Perez can catch is I don't even know. He can't catch.
That was an awful comeback. But anyways, moving on. Is it your number 3 or is it your number 4? I don't even know.
It's my number 3.
Your number 3.
I think our top 3s are identical.
I think they are. I think because we named 1 and 2 yesterday, so I think the only other
on the stream.
Yeah.
Is your number 3?
You want to say it at the same time?
No, but I'll give you a hint. It's also the name of a well-known actor.
There's 3 of these in the same. There's 3 of these guys with the same name.
Now we can say it together.
Will Smith.
No, we were going to get countdown. You ruined it.
3, 2, 1. Will Smith.
Travis Darno. Oh yeah, I already had it. Sorry, I read the wrong one. Will Smith. Yeah. Will Smith.
So we have the top 3 lists. Same.
Yeah. Should we just do 3, 2, 1? Like not like countdown, but like just. No, never mind. But let's just say 2 and 1 for later. Will Smith is my number 3, and your number 3. So I'll talk first about Will Smith, because I'm always going first. Will Smith is an absolute stud. This guy is only 25 years old. He turns 26 just before opening day. This guy already has put himself into one of the elite category, into like an elite category. This guy, his first 2 big league seasons as a catcher, a 937 OPS. That's absurd for him to be that young. This guy is very hard to strike out. Struck out 22 times last year total in 137 plate appearances. That's a lot better than in 2019 when he struck out 52 times and 196 plate appearances. 67 RBIs over these 2 years. He didn't play. He didn't play all that much in 2019, but he was there. Basically, he was their starting catcher for the Dodgers in 2020, and he did not disappoint at all. This guy's a stud. I mean, literally everyone the Dodgers has, they're all studs at this point. I mean, and if you're even a starting player for the Dodgers, you're just already elite, and you're probably already like a top 5 player at your position already. But I mean, this guy's put up a 3.2 WAR in 333 plate appearances, or like that's out of this world good. And defensively, he's pretty well above average too. A 0.5 defensive WAR so far, which is, I mean, it's hard to put up a positive defensive WAR as a catcher. So, just
It is.
I mean, I didn't really look into his framing. Is he a good framer? Well, let me find out for y'all. So far in his career, wait, come on. I saved this thing. Bear with me. Yeah, Will Smith is a very good framer as well. So there's nothing Will Smith can't do.
I think this guy in the next 2-3 years is probably going to be the best catcher in baseball. I think eventually he's going to pass JT Realmuto for the best catcher in baseball. He's
no. JT Realmuto didn't make my top 10.
Oh, really? Yeah, he's no good.
We're not doing spoilers.
Sorry, I
remember
didn't.
that, right?
But
we can't
I mean,
spoil
this guy,
our number 2.
This guy, I mean, Will Smith, unbelievable. I mean, saw it firsthand in NLCS. I mean, I've been watching him. I mean, we've all been watching him for the last 2 years. Such a good talent. Really came out of nowhere. I mean, I never even heard of the guy until, I mean, I saw him hitting bombs for the Dodgers last year, and then I was like, who the heck is this guy? And turns out he's my third best catcher in baseball. So definitely a very rare talent. Obviously, the Dodgers somehow always find these guys, so not really surprising. But I mean, what else can you say? But Will Smith is my number 3.
Yeah, he's probably gonna be that next guy that the Dodgers are gonna sign to a $40 million a year extension. You know,
Probably.
because the Dodgers can just literally give away $40 million to every person in the league if they wanted to.
Yeah.
It must be nice to be a Dodger fan. It must be nice to not be owned by a massive corporation, Liberty Media.
Facts.
Oh gosh, we hate Liberty Media. We say that we're gonna say that every episode. So if we miss an episode, we'll say it twice the next episode. And call us out, email us, DM us, whatever. If we don't say DFA Liberty Media in an episode, call us out.
Let us know.
Yes. Please do. So, shall we do our number 2?
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1. Yasmani Grandal. You can go first this time.
All right. Well, I mean, Yasmani, obviously, I've known him ever since he was with the Dodgers.
Wait, you know this guy? You know Yasmani personally?
Yeah.
Is he a nice guy?
Yasmani way back.
Wow.
I don't know. He might be. But anyways, this guy that came up with the Dodgers. Well, actually, he didn't come up with the Dodgers. He came up with
Padres.
Padres, yeah. But I really started watching him when he was with the Dodgers for the 4 years he was there. All-Star in 2015, All-Star in 2019 with the Brewers. Um, Great defensive player. I mean, he's really good. Um, I think. I'm pretty sure. Um, this guy, he doesn't hit for average too well. Obviously only a 240 career batting average. Um, he does have a career OPS plus of 115. Um,
That's
a
facts.
445 slugging. A 348 OBP.
It's called on base
Strikeouts.
percentage. It's on base
What?
percentage. Just
Yeah.
say on base percentage.
So I
Because
mean,
that's a lot easier than OBP. Like for
sorry.
people to understand.
But I
Come on.
mean, with the shortened season, before this year, he had 20 plus home runs the last 4 years. Um, I mean, very good player. So he's at my number 2.
Yeah, he's at number 2 for me. I think this guy's the second best defender in baseball. His defensively, like people don't give defense for catchers enough. Like they don't weigh it enough. That's why everyone hypes up Salvador Perez because he's really good offensively, but he's terrible defensively, and somehow he has won 5 Gold Gloves, which just makes him look even better. Which is when he's actually terrible. It's like, what are we doing? But Yasmani Grandal is like, has this won any Gold Gloves? How's this guy not won any Gold Glove? Are you
He has
kidding
not
me?
won a Gold Glove before, which is it's crazy to me.
How? So you're telling me the worst defensive catcher in baseball has won 5 Gold Gloves, and meanwhile the second best has not won a single one? This is stupid. Anyways, Yasmani Grandal. I mean, basically everything that Luke said. 793 career OPS, 115 OPS plus, 445 slugging, 348 on base percentage. I mean, this guy's just a stud. This guy walks a ton too.
Yeah, he does.
He walked 109 times in 2019 with the Brewers. I mean, there's nothing Yasmani Grandal can't do except he can't run fast. He's not a very fast guy, but everything else he just does so well. And this guy's so underrated. He's only a 2-time All-Star. He deserves a lot more recognition, and I really hope that he makes the AL All-Star team over Salvador Perez next year, because Salvador Perez deserves to be sitting at home for the All-Star break. I think Yasmani Grandal needs a lot more recognition because he is about 20 times better than Salvador Perez. Salvador Perez is like,
We get it. You have a crush on Salvador Perez. Just let it go.
I don't think so. Salvador Perez sucks. I mean, like, give him credit. He has monster power offensively, but defensively, it's just stupid how he's won 5 Gold Gloves. I don't get it. When every single defensive statistic that he has says he's terrible. So, sorry. I'm talking about Yasmani Grandal. Let's just talk about number 1, because I mean our top threes are identical, which is it's great that we actually agree on stuff. Not very often, but this is probably gonna be the only time that ever happens. So,
my number 1 is Buster Posey.
Oh no way, he's my 1.5.
Shout out to just Buster Posey for being the best catcher in baseball like 8 years ago.
I mean, once the DH comes to the National League, he's going to be the DH, and Joey Bart's going to be the catcher for the Giants.
Shout out to my boy Joey Bart.
Yes, a local boy from Buford, Georgia. Also,
Buford, Georgia, Georgia Tech grad. Love that guy.
A former basketball teammate of my brother.
Actually? Wow.
Correct. I know you probably didn't know that. And also, Buster Posey's a Georgia boy too. He is from Leesburg, Georgia, same hometown as Luke Bryan. Down there near Albany.
Represent them Georgia boys as well.
Yes. All the way in San Francisco.
There's something about those Giants catchers, huh?
Yes. Big time Georgia guys. So,
yeah.
Also, if Buster Posey and Joey Bart are out there, come to Atlanta one day.
Yeah. I would love to have. I think Joey Bart will 100% be on this list within the next 2 or 3 years.
Yes, Joey Bart's gonna be a top
For
10
sure.
probably.
Joey Bart's going to be a really good catcher.
He wasn't great. He wasn't great for 2020, but it's 2020. Just
That was.
take it
I give him a little
with a grain of
slack. That
salt.
was his rookie. That was his rookie. I think it was his rookie season, wasn't it?
I don't think he even qualified. Honestly, I don't know.
But whatever it was, he's gonna improve for sure. Especially if Buster, if he's getting mentored by Buster Posey, I don't think we have to worry about him not being good. He's definitely gonna be good.
I mean, Bart he didn't even hit a homer last year. He's still looking for that first homer.
Wow.
He had 103 at bats. I don't know if that counts as a rookie. I mean, did Ian Anderson even qualify as a rookie last year?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Let me check. He had to get some votes if he actually was apparently Ian Anderson's a Scottish musician. Okay. Ian Anderson Braves. Did he get? Oh yeah, he was rookie last year.
So far off topic, dude. We were talking about JT Realmuto, number 1.
No, we weren't. We actually didn't even say our number 1. We just said Buster Posey. JT Realmuto is our number 1, y'all.
Yeah, JT is our real number 1.
So
Buster's just number 1 in our hearts.
Can we just take a moment to realize that Ian Anderson got only 1 vote for Rookie of the Year?
That's a tragedy.
Brian Hayes got 5. Are you kidding me? How did Tony Gonsolin get more votes than Ian Anderson? That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, that's the voters suck. Anyways, JT Realmuto is their number 1. I hate the fact that he's a Philly. What were the exact figures on that signing, or how much is he going to get paid and for how long? Do you remember that? Oh, number 5 years, $115.5 million. Oh my goodness. Where did this money come from? Who knows? I thought the Phillies didn't have money. Apparently they actually did. They were just hiding it from everyone. This guy's just always been a stud. I mean, he was great with the Marlins. This guy can run too. This guy's a great base runner. This guy's phenomenal defensively. His offense production's fantastic. I don't think anyone disagrees with us. I think this guy is by far the best defensive catcher. I mean, this guy has speed. This guy can hit for average. This guy can hit for power. This guy can field. This guy has a strong throwing arm. This is a 5-tool catcher.
Yeah, that's something. I mean, that's not something you see. That's like once in a blue moon type of thing for catchers. That's very rare to find.
That's like a hyperbole, I know, shout out to our language arts teacher.
There's a specific reason he got $120 million.
115.5.
Whatever.
But JT Realmuto, the fact that we're going to be facing him for the next 5 years, that's scary. But the Phillies still aren't really that scary because they literally spent their entire payroll on 4 players, and they can't afford anyone else.
No pitching.
They have no pitching. They have Nola and Wheeler. That's it.
They're spending $100 million on Wheeler, $330 million on Harper, $115.5 million on Realmuto. Eventually, they're probably gonna have to pay Alec Bohm in the next few years. So I don't really know where they're gonna get their money.
They need to trade. They probably need to trade Zach Wheeler as soon as they can and hope a team takes a large percentage of that contract.
Yeah.
I think that's the only chance they got. Oh, I have a post from 4 years ago today for the Braves 2017 projected rotation. I know that we just did our entire top 10 list. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let us know. Email us. Reach out to us on social media. Leave a comment on your YouTube channel. That's an option as well.
It is.
Let us know. So Braves their pitching rotation 4 years ago today. Julio Teheran was our ace. Bartolo Colon. Huh. Bartolo.
Wow.
Jaime Garcia. That guy had a good run. Hit a grand slam against the Dodgers. That was the best game we've ever had against the Dodgers.
That was good.
R.A. Dickey. Dickey was great for the Braves. And then Mike Fultonevich.
Wow, that's
My
a pretty
graphics were so
god
bad.
awful rotation.
I mean, Fulte was he was getting better. He was getting better at that point. Garcia was pretty darn good. Dickey, that was actually not a bad rotation, with the exception of Colon. Colon was terrible with us, but everyone else did pretty good in 2017. I think. I don't know about Fulte in 2017, but in 2018 he was a stud. 2019 he was bad, and then he went down, and then came back up, and he was great. So I don't know. I think we need a Wallop.
Yeah, let's do it.
And when what was the last Wallop we did? This is why we need to record. We probably need to record more often. What was the last Wallop we did? Was it Acuna's leadoff bomb?
Yeah, against the it was like September 6th or something, like 2019 or something.
Yeah, you have better memory than I do. Okay. All right. Hashtag Braves Walloped. The thing is, we're gonna run out of Walloped unless we can get more next year. So. Oh, okay. We're going all the way back to April 3rd, 2018. Do you want to take a guess as to who hit this one? He was a left-handed power hitter. April 3rd, 2018.
April 3rd, 2018, left-handed power hitter.
I really don't think you're going to get
He's not on the team. He's not on the team anymore?
No. This guy didn't make it in Atlanta for a year. I don't think you're going to get this one. Prove me wrong. Oh, well, I can give you a hint. He also has a brother in Major League Baseball.
The brother.
He has a brother who plays for an American League team. His brother plays for an American League team. And he's going to be a stud.
Give me a second here. Let me think.
Oh, you're going to look it up, huh?
No, I have my hands here. Yeah, I don't know.
Preston Tucker.
Oh.
Kyle Tucker's brother.
Kyle Tucker's brother.
And Kyle Tucker's going to be a stud.
He is. Kyle Tucker is going to be good.
So
get him out of Houston.
Yes, Houston does not deserve a winner. Like, they literally just deserve to be a team full of cheaters. Because that's literally all they are.
True. Except for Zach Greinke. I love Zach Greinke.
Zach Greinke's a stud. Michael Brantley's still there. He's still a stud.
Yeah. Those are about the only two players I actually respect on that team. Everybody else, no.
What it makes me like not even really appreciate Brian McCann and Evan Gattis as much either.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I hate saying that because, like, growing up watching Brian McCann play like every day, he was like probably my favorite player, like my first favorite player like ever watching the Braves, and then he's a cheater now, and it's just like, oh, Brian. Just kidding, Brian. We still love you. It's just you messed up. It's okay. Everyone messes up, but like, yeah, you messed up. You messed up kind of big time there. Anyways, before we get too sad about the Astros cheating scandal and how it affected the Braves, Charlie Morton was on that team too. I mean, that's kind of sad too. But anyways, Preston Tucker walloped. Let me make sure my volume works. Oh wait, never mind. Okay. We ready? Wait.
Yeah, let's roll it.
Let me get it. Yeah, ready to go. All right, here we go.
High fly ball, one up deep right. That ball is headed for the chop house.
That was a part of a 4-run fourth inning four-run first inning for the Braves against AJ Cole of the Washington Nationals. Gave us a 4-3 lead. I don't know what was going on in that game. That's a high-scoring first inning. Anyways, anything else we want to end on? Luke, you got anything else?
No. Let's just do the countdown of top moments, and I think
Ooh.
we are good. What are we at? 15, 16?
I don't know. I'll figure it out. But anyways, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're up to 18, I believe.
Yeah,
Check
we
out the
gained about-
podcast Instagram at Tomahawk Talk Pod. We reached 100 followers on there since last episode, and also learned we have listeners from the United Kingdom and the Netherlands. That's 2 new countries added to the list, and we have people listening all the way from Hawaii as well. Man, I want to be in Hawaii right now. That would be kind of nice. I mean, meanwhile, both of us are stuck in the snow. We both are part of this winter storm. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I literally I haven't like left. I've gone to get food, like over there at the dining hall, and then I've come back and I've been in my room for like the past like 3 days. There's literally been nothing to do, and I don't have school again. Well, technically I have a Zoom call tomorrow at 9, but other than that, I'm doing nothing but sitting in my room watching Netflix. So
Not a bad
who knows?
life.
Maybe we might record another top 10 list tomorrow. Get back on schedule.
That'll be first base. We're going around
Yeah.
the diamond. We're going one, like we're like positions like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
So we did Brian McCann's thing. We're at number 16. This was all the way back April 30th, 2013. It involved a pitcher.
A pitcher.
A pitcher.
A pitcher. I don't know what that means.
It involved one of our pitchers.
Like that was not on the team.
Well, of course he's on the team. How do you think he made this list?
Like he's on the team currently. When was this from?
2013. No, he's on the team anymore.
Was it Jair Jurgens?
Oh, shout out to Jair Jurgens. I know he.
Oh, was it like Tim
kept on my
Hudson,
page for a
like
while.
200 career win or something?
Bingo! There
Let's
you go.
go.
Tim
little
Hudson.
home run and a 200 career win.
He had a bomb, and he had his 200th career win. And Thomas on my Instagram pointed out that our third base coach is a familiar face, Mr. Brian Snitker at third base as the third base coach. Shout out. I'm glad you're not a third base coach anymore. But this one's a little bit of a shorter description. Tim Hudson entered the game against the Nationals sitting on 199 career wins. He would face off against Nats starter Gio Gonzalez. He was coming off the best season of his career in 2012. After Huddy pitched the scoreless top half of the first, Angelton Simmons left the bottom half with a solo homer. Later in the inning, Evan Gattis added another run with an RBI double, and that was all Tim Hudson needed. And an up 15, or not 15, 5-1 in the fifth, Hudson added to his lead by launching an opposite field bomb off the glove of our beloved Bryce Harper. Hudson would wind up going 7 innings, allowing just 3 hits, 1 earned run, and 6 strikeouts on his way to becoming the 113th pitcher in Major League history to reach the 200 win mark. So that's the background information. This was off of, I don't know who that is. I can't remember. Left-handed pitcher for the Nationals. I don't even remember. Oh, he looks so familiar. I wish I knew who that was. This was before you knew who. This was before Fox Sports ad had the picture. So,
Oh yeah.
any final remarks? And I've already asked that, but any last things?
No. Follow us on social media. Links in the description.
Yes, use my SeatGeek code. Braves News, $20 off. Spring training tickets, regular season tickets, they're on sale. You can actually buy tickets now. That's breaking news right there. You can buy tickets. This is huge. You haven't been able to do that in a very long time. You can buy tickets to go see your favorite baseball team play at Truist Park or anywhere, actually. Anywhere they play this year.
Yep.
Use my promo code, get $20 off your purchase of $30 or more. You can also spend it on parking passes. You can also spend it on concert tickets or musicals, whatever. Until next time, I'm David Waters.
And I'm Luke Hardin.
Thank you for listening, y'all. And we will see y'all in the next episode very, very soon. Huddy!
High fly ball lofted toward right field. Pretty well hit. Harper going back at the wall. It's off his glove and gone.
Earlier in the year up in Washington.
And Tim freezes him with an inside corner fastball. Span retired, 1 out. Bouncing ball to first. Oh, it stayed down. Freeman knocked it down. Flips to Hudson at the bag.
I know a lot of fans here in Atlanta will be thrilled to be able to see it.
Swing and a miss as Espinosa chased the ball up around his collarbone. As Espinosa swings and misses, Hudson has his first out. Oh, yeah, that's a good guess. Harper down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Hudson. Swing and a miss. Nice crowd on its feet for Hudson. And he just struck out Ramos.